So if you're going to build your dream home, you'll obviously need a set of house plans. These architectural plans will be used for bidding out to contractors, the actual contract signing, and then the building of the home. So what are your options to get these home plans? Well, obviously you can hire an architect to design your home from scratch. However, I do not recommend this in most cases, and let me tell you why. First, it takes a tremendous amount of time to properly communicate everything that you want in a new home to an architect and then go through that revision process. You might start with a wish list of things that you want and then some pictures from a bunch of magazines. Then the architect will sketch out some floor plans for you, and then you'll review these and either make changes to them and move forward, or you'll decide to start the whole process back over again. So once you have a set of floor plans, the architect will start putting more of the details together with elevations and more detailed dimensions. Then you'll start working on the finishing details with things like siding, cabinet choices, column details, and other trim items. This process takes a long time. I've heard of folks taking up to a year to design their dream home from scratch. So taking this into consideration, and the fact that typically an architect charges from $100 to $250 per hour based on their experience, you can see how starting from scratch, having an architect design your dream home can get really expensive. I've seen pretty standard custom single-family homes cost $20,000 to design. I designed the open book build house plan and worked with a friend of mine who is a licensed architect who put the finishing touches on it, and I have over $10,000 into that design. So working with an architect to design your home from scratch is a really costly way to go. However, it might be necessary if you have something that's really specific in mind. So another option for the house plans for your dream home are stock plans. There are literally millions of stock plans on the internet that cover everything from vacation cottage homes to large customs. And these can be a great way to go, especially if you aren't sure what you want, because just about everything has already been done. And stock house plans can be a really affordable way to go. I mentioned that we designed the open book build house plan, and it cost us over $10,000 to develop. We're selling this for under $1,000, even though we have a lot more money into it in costs. So typically stock house plans range from $1,000 to up to $2,500 depending on the complexity and what you need in the house plan. So listen guys, this segment right here on house plans was taken from the Open Book Build online course. So if you're looking for detailed information on how to build a house from start to finish, go to openbookbuild.com. So my recommendation for most owner builders is to take the time to look through as many stock house plan websites as you can and find the one that most closely matches what you want and need. If you already have a lot to build on, be sure to check with the local building department to determine what the maximum dimensions can be for your new home. Most municipalities have setback requirements, otherwise known as zoning requirements, that tell you how close you can build up to that lot line and to the street. And if a house plan you're looking at doesn't fit within those setback lines on your lot, then you'll need to keep looking for one that does. So you'll also want to ask the local building department if they have minimum square footage requirements. So in the western Cleveland suburbs where we were looking to build in, every one of the cities had a minimum square footage requirement ranging from 1,100 square feet up to 1,500 square feet. So you'll also want to check with the Homeowners Association if your property has one. They will typically have architectural requirements that must be adhered to. So things like siding types or masonry requirements are common from HOAs. So once you've found a stock house plan that most closely meets your needs, I would recommend approaching a local architect to see what they would charge to make the modifications that you'd like. As you make those modification lists for your architect, be sure to list any site condition changes that you'd need. For example, if your lot slopes to the rear or to the side, you may want to have them add a walkout basement. This means the foundation wall will drop down and allow for a framed section of the basement with a door and windows. And this can be a really nice way to provide access and light to a finished basement. Now, if the building site drops more gradually, you may only need a garden level basement where the foundation wall only drops halfway down and the top section is framed in with windows. Be sure to let your local architect know which city you're building in and have them make building code modifications as required. Also mention that you'll want a PDF version of the house plan once complete for you to bid to subcontractors. This makes it really easy to get pricing by just emailing a set of house of plans with a set of scope of work and specifications. Gives the contractor everything they need to give you a good solid price. So one other major item to note about stock house plans. If there are any changes that need to be made to the plans, you'll want to get the AutoCAD version, which are fully customizable. Most house plan companies offer a PDF version, but this is only good if they're exactly what you need. If not, changes will be difficult and time consuming. The AutoCAD version gives your architect an easy platform to make customizations to meet your particular needs. And remember, when you buy a stock house plan, you're licensing the use of that plan to build one single home. If you think you might want to build a house more than once, approach the house plan company about a multi-use license. One more consideration about house plan designs. Many municipalities want an architect's stamp on the drawings that are submitted with the building permit. If this is the case in your community, be sure to mention this to your architect and have them include this in their estimate to you. So to wrap up this discussion on house plans, it's really important to have a full set of architectural house plans for your dream home that meets your local building codes and the building site requirements. And I really think your most cost-effective way to get there is to find a stock house plan that most closely meets your needs and have a local architect put on the finishing touches.